Welcome to the Jazz Gallery Center for the Arts. Tonight we have a very special event for you entitled Raise the New Sound. The purpose is to raise funds for a high-quality sound system. The concert tonight will present two of the Midwest's finest pianists, Mark Davis and Theo Merryweather. Theo will be accompanied by Ethan Bender on bass. Before I introduce our guests, I'd like to say a little bit about the Jazz Gallery Center for the Arts. In the late 70s and 80s, it was hosted concerts by such jazz luminaries as Dizzy Gillespie, the Marsalis Brothers, and McCoy Tyner. Since then, the Jazz Gallery Center for the Arts has been a critical, nonprofit voice in the region's music scene, presenting jazz, hip-hop, experimental music, and indie folk music. We present music as an art form in a listening room atmosphere. We're now embarking on a fundraising event to install a high-quality sound system worthy of that approach. Our first pianist will be Mark Davis. He is an accomplished pianist and inspiring educator. He has performed with such jazz masters as Eric Alexander, Peter Bernstein, Benny Golson, Slide Hampton, Tom Harrell, Jimmy Heath, Brian Lynch, Charles McPherson, Frank Morgan, and Phil Woods, among others. He is the founder and artistic director of the Milwaukee Jazz Institute. He also teaches privately and at Alverno College. He is the author of two top-selling books, Hal Leonard Jazz Piano Method and the Hal Leonard Jazz Piano Method Book 2. He is a founding member of the group We Six, which just released a new album entitled Vivid Dreams. For more information, visit www.markdavismusic.com. Presenting Mark Davis.
All right, Steve, thanks so much. I appreciate the introduction, and it's really an honor to be here at the Jazz Gallery. And this is a place that's very special to musicians in Milwaukee. I just wanted to say a few things about that before I start playing. And as you can see behind me, we've got some beautiful photographs of some of the greatest jazz musicians of all time, and these are people who performed here at the gallery over the years. And some of my favorites, McCoy Tyner over there. We got Joe Pass, Max Roach, Dexter Gordon. It's really quite extraordinary. This is a place that is very important to Milwaukee. It's very important to Milwaukee musicians, and it has been for many decades, and it continues to be a very important place. And Steve mentioned that I have an organization that I founded. I serve as the artistic director of the Milwaukee Jazz Institute, and our mission is to promote jazz through education and performance. And we partner with the Jazz Gallery. We hold classes here and ensembles, both for adults and youth. And so on this very stage where some of the greatest jazz artists of all time performed, we are continuing to teach the tradition of jazz. And so I really encourage anybody who's out there checking out this live stream, and hopefully you'll enjoy it, and donate to support the Jazz Gallery with this mission of this particular fundraising effort to put in a new sound system and recording equipment is going to be really fantastic. I'm really excited about it. It's going to be great for our students. It's going to be great for the community, and it's going to be great for our music community. All the musicians are going to benefit from this. So if you can find it within your means to donate, I strongly encourage you to do that. So at this point, I'm going to play a few tunes for you, and I'm really looking forward to playing some solo piano on this nice piano, and I'm really looking forward to the next group, which will feature Theo Merryweather and Ethan Bender, two of my favorite musicians and outstanding people, friends of mine, who really looking forward to their performance. I heard a little bit of a new arrangement by Theo, and I was blown away by it. So stay tuned. Don't tune out. Tune in, and hope you enjoy the music. I guess I should say what I'm going to play after all that. So I'm going to start out with a tune. This is a tune called She, and it was written by George Shearing, a great jazz pianist. But I've become familiar with the tune through a kind of a series of pianists. Bud Powell, the great bebop pianist, recorded She back in the late 50s. And then one of my favorites, Barry Harris, one of the great jazz pianists who's still with us, one of the greatest, who played on this very stage, by the way. Barry Harris played here. He recorded this and plays it often in his live performances. And that's how I became familiar with the tune, She. So again, thanks for tuning in to the Jazz Gallery fundraiser. Please donate. It's a great cause. And I'm going to continue on with the music here. I don't have a real clear plan here for what I'm going to play. I'm going to kind of be playing tunes that pop into my head. I do have a list here of some possibilities. Again, that was She by George Shearing. And I'm going to continue with another one of my favorite tunes. This is often played as a ballad. Actually, I'm not sure how I'm going to play it. This is My One and Only Love. Again, thanks for tuning in. My name's Mark Davis. It's a pleasure to be here at the Jazz Gallery. I do want to thank Mark Lawson and Steve Tilton and our sound people here who are putting this together for us. This is a great event. And we're trying to raise some funds for the Jazz Gallery to get a new sound system and some recording equipment. I think it's a absolutely wonderful idea to do this. It's going to be a great benefit to the Jazz Gallery, but it's going to be a great benefit to the entire community, to our students and our musicians. So please donate. I hope you'll be able to do that. And I'm going to continue playing some of my favorite tunes for you. I think I'll continue with something by George Gershwin. This is a great standard called Love Walked In. right, thank you. I mentioned some of the great artists who have played at the Jazz Gallery over the years, and this is a historic spot for Milwaukee. I'm so happy that the gallery continues on after all these decades of great music here, and continues to be an important part of music in our community. I'm talking a lot about music, but the Jazz Gallery, of course, is also a central spot for visual artists as well, and so if that's your interest, which happens to be one of my other interests, I encourage you to support this place. I'm going to play one of my favorite ballads. This is called Polka Dots and Moonbeams, and it's one of those tunes that's been recorded by many, many different artists over the years, but there's a particular recording that I especially like. It was a recording that Buddy Montgomery made, and Buddy Montgomery was, as many of you know, one of the great jazz musicians that resided here in Milwaukee. I was a little bit too young to have been able to hear Buddy while he was living here, although I did have some chances to hear him when he would return for concerts and visits and whatnot. And he is another artist who played right here on this very stage, Buddy Montgomery, one of the great pianists and also vibraphonists in the history of the music. And he has a recording of Polka Dots and Moonbeams that I really like, so have to give a little credit where credit is due here, that have been inspired by him in this particular approach to this tune. Polka Dots and Moonbeams. know there's a lot of good tunes out there to play, and better look at my watch here because I'd love to go all night, but I'll do a few more, and I'm looking forward to hearing a couple of Milwaukee's finest musicians. A couple of great friends of mine, Theo Merryweather and Ethan Bender, will be playing in just a little bit. So please stick around if you're checking this out. Please tell your friends, text your friends, call your friends, tell people they should check out the live stream tonight, and they should support the Jazz Gallery, Center for the Arts. I'm going to continue with a tune written by Rodgers and Hart, and this is I Didn't Know What Time It Was. right, well, thank you. I think I have time for maybe just one more quick tune. And again, I just want to thank everybody at the Jazz Gallery, Mark Lawson and Steve Tilton, and everybody who's involved here. This is a wonderful place. It's an important place. It's essential to Milwaukee's art scene, both visual arts and musical, and particularly important, I feel, to our jazz community and to educating young jazz artists. I mentioned earlier I'm involved with the Milwaukee Jazz Institute. I serve as the artistic director, and we hold classes here and ensembles. And this is a place right here on this stage where young musicians and adult musicians are learning more about the tradition of jazz, and it's important that we have this place to keep this going. And a new sound system and recording equipment is going to be incredible, and I'm excited about it. So please donate. Please support the cause. And again, stay tuned. We got Theo Merryweather and Ethan Bender waiting in the wings, and I'm looking forward to hearing them play. So I'm going to close things out here with one more tune. This is, again, I mentioned earlier, Barry Harris, one of my musical inspirations. He's one of the great pianists. Happens to be a pianist who performed here at the gallery years ago. Barry Harris wrote a tune called Around the Corner, and I'll be closing things out here with that composition, a favorite of mine. All right, thanks again. Thanks for tuning in. And this time we're going to hear from Mark Lawson and Steve Tilton. They're going to give you a little more info on the fundraiser here and what we're trying to achieve here tonight. Thanks again.
Thanks very much, Mark. As Steve mentioned earlier, tonight is the kickoff event for our Raise the New Sound fundraising effort. You can donate now via the address on your screen or send a check to the Jazz Gallery at 926 East Center Street, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, 53212. You can also contribute by going to our website, either now or later. That's the Jazz Gallery Center for Arts.com. I'm Mark Lawson, the board president of the Jazz Gallery Center for Arts, and I just want to take a second to tell you a little bit about this sound system we're hoping to purchase. This includes some new speakers, soundboard, and microphones. The speakers are from a high-quality German company called DB Audio Technik. They're used on tours by Beyonce, Taylor Swift, Coldplay. They're installed in venues like the Royal Albert Hall and the Sydney Opera House. The soundboard is an Allen and Heath soundboard with a 18-track multi-recording capability. So this new system will really make a difference here. As Mark mentioned earlier, for musicians to be able to record themselves and play it back to study it or use it for albums, for students to be able to listen to how they played during ensemble lessons, all those types of things. So with that, I turn this over to Steve, who's going to tell you a little bit more. Steve?
Thank you, Mark. Before I begin, I'd like to again remind you to donate now via the link on your screen, or send a check to the Jazz Gallery Center for the Arts at 926 East Center Street, 53212. You can also contribute at the website jazzgallerycenterforthearts.com. I'd like to tell you a little about what this new sound system and recording system can do for the gallery. It will provide an excellent live performance sound, attracting a larger audience, as well as local and national artists. This will increase the venue income and prestige as a regional venue. It will allow for high quality live recordings which can be given to the performing musicians and put on the Jazz Gallery website. It can be streamed on social media platforms and on River West Radio. It can also provide a valuable teaching aid for the Milwaukee Jazz Institute lessons and provide streaming support for their recital concerts. It can also help the Jazz Gallery become a classroom for students and youth interested in learning live sound engineering. It will not most importantly, it will contribute to a venue with a rich history and ensure a successful future in the music and arts community. This historic venue has been cited by Downbeat magazine as one of the best live jazz venues in the country on numerous occasions. It's received this award. Again, I'd like to urge you to donate via the link on your screen or send a check to Jazz Gallery Center for the Arts, 926 East Center Street. You can also contribute at the website jazzgallerycenterforthearts.com. Now I'd like to introduce our next group. Theo Merryweather is a Milwaukee-based keyboardist whose main musical background is in jazz. He studied at the Wisconsin Conservatory of Music and counts pianist Herbie Hancock, Ramsey Lewis, and organist Don Patterson and Jimmy Smith as his main influences. Being well-versed in various musical genres affords him the opportunity to play with excellent musicians and also keeps him in demand for session work. He has performed on stage with saxophonist Ronnie Laws and Wilton Felder of the Crusaders, He's a composer and does production work as well. And accompanying him will be Ethan Bender. He's a bassist who has worked as a professional musician in the Midwest region for the past 25 years. He's known in the Milwaukee area for his stints with Street Life, Paul Seabar, and the Milwaukeeans, and Willie Porter. Ethan has also been a part of the Milwaukee Repertory Theater's musical production since 2011, having performed most recently in the Reps production of In the Heights. Currently, he is the bassist in the Donna Woodall Group and his own band, Beta Fusion. Please welcome Theo Merryweather and Ethan Bender.
Thank you, Steve. My name is Theo Merryweather, and you just got through listening to Mark Davis. Fantastic, excellent pianist. I think the only time I get to hear Mark is if we're doing something together. Usually I'm trying to play everywhere all the time, anytime. I just want to echo what Mark was saying earlier. I am honored to also be here. The Jazz Gallery has a very treasured position in the music community here in Milwaukee, and it would only be amplified, see what I did there? It would only be amplified by getting a state-of-the-art sound system. As Steve was just saying, the benefits would be recording events, recording concerts. We would have access and the ability to use these recorded performances on our own for promotional tools as far as marketing ourselves and what we do. Also, one other great benefit is it would actually provide an actual recorded, how could I say it, recorded evidence for posterity as a way to represent the Jazz Gallery for history, and also just as a way to keep the Jazz Gallery prominent in everybody's minds and also in the community. We're going to do a few tunes. I want to introduce Ethan Bender. Ethan Bender is an excellent bassist. I love playing with Ethan. I also, strangely enough, count him as a good friend outside of music. There are times where we do have conversations where we don't even talk about music, and they're pretty coherent. We think we know what we're talking about, I think. Well, we're going to do a few tunes. I'm not going to talk anymore tonight. I want to thank Mark Lawson and Steve Tilton for having us here. Also want to just say, please just do, as you're listening, as you're enjoying the music, please do make the effort to donate to the cause to get a nice, really, really nice sound system here in the Jazz Gallery. All right, we're going to do a few tunes. I'm not going to talk anymore. You can figure out what these tunes are. If you know them, let us know. And they may go along with what we think they are. All right, thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm still not going to talk. All right, I'll talk just for a second. That obviously was some Stevie Wonder, My Sharia Moore. The one before that was Beatles, Yesterday. And obviously we started out with What a Wonderful World. We're gonna slow it down now and yeah, we're gonna slow it down now. We're gonna do I'll announce this one after too. And also I know I said I wasn't gonna talk, but also I just wanna, as we take a little break between songs, I wanna also reiterate that if you can, donate, please make the effort to do so. We could use the new sound system, it would be great. It would be a great help and great benefit to the Jazz Gallery. All right, next tune. that was our attempt at Well You Needn't. Thelonious Monk. This has been a good time. Again, it's been an honor. Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Mark, for asking me to do this. I'm glad I can make it. I'm glad Ethan can make it with me. We're going to do one more quick one and say goodnight to everybody. But again, I just want to reiterate, if you can, possibly, just please make the effort to donate, get a new sound system into the Jazz Gallery, and everyone can enjoy. All right. Thank you, guys.
Well, that concludes tonight's concert. We want to thank Mark Davis, Theo Merryweather, and Ethan Bender for performing, Kevin Schwartz for his technical support, and Jamie Brevick for his design skills in making the poster. Most of all, we want to thank you viewers for letting us join you tonight. With special thanks to those of you who have generously made a contribution to our Raise the New Sound cause. I understand that Chuck LaPaglia is listening in tonight. And Chuck, we want to acknowledge you for your blood, sweat, toil, and tears and vision in making the Jazz Gallery a reality and inspiring the creation of the Jazz Gallery Center for the Arts. Thank you, Chuck. And we'd like to remind you that you can donate now via the link on your screen or send a check to the Jazz Gallery at 926 East Center Street, Milwaukee 53212. You can also contribute to, at the website, the Jazz Gallery Center for Arts.org. That's .org, yes. Please watch for our future streaming concerts from the Jazz Gallery Center for the Arts, and come in for our in-person music and arts programming when the current restriction on live venues ends. Again, thank you very much.